Hey everyone, Alex here. We're here at Lake Muskoka at our Riftrock project. Framing is underway and we're checking it out. So when I first stepped onto this property, something that immediately took me by surprise is how vast the view was and how open the view was across to Muskoka, and how the sunset was so direct on this property. I knew this was going to be an amazing project right from the start.
My name's Ben Imrie. I sell real estate up here in Muskoka, and I'm the owner of the property. The features that buyers look for, the exposure, the terrain, the land, the swimmability of the shoreline, and then the views. And the first time I saw the sunset here was unbelievable. It's just so incredible watching the sunset here.
Something that was so special about this project as well is the natural cliffs of Canadian Shield that was erupting from the lake. Something that we wanted to blend this project back into was very special. This is just the quintessential Muskoka property to develop.
It's incredible, just really nice natural landscape. I love how it's tiered down to the water. There's shallow shoals of rock and then deep off the end of the dock. So the property sold itself.
So after Ben and Katie filled out our client discovery tool and we understood what the program of the overall property was going to be, we ended up designing a 6,000 square foot cottage with integrated patios and spa and a 3-slip 2-story boathouse. And we're stretching the cottage across almost the entire property to maximize those views and also get the cottage as low and close to the shore as we possibly can. Since this property is so shallow, there still is quite a bit of elevation to it, so we had to be really cognizant of how we stepped the project down from entry to lake. The driveway itself is sloping. We're coming down to the entry point. We're actually stepping down into the entry, but we wanted to make sure that you're seeing the lake above the cottage and also as you enter the cottage. Something that you may not notice about this project and why we designed it this way is the use of stone datums. Whether it be a stone or some other accent material, the whole point of why we're trying to use that is to drive views. We're wanting to drive views in a certain direction, framing certain vistas. Another thing that these datums do, they provide privacy. When we're designing and applying stone to them, they also give a sense of comfort and security. Our standard process was very attractive to our client because we model every single detail of the project. The model and the renderings and the walkthroughs that they've seen months ago, they're actually walking in them today.
When Alex came out and started sketching for the property and then started growing the design, and it turned into a digital design that we could actually look at, and we could see the trees I was just describing are exactly where they are, and they're still there. So like seeing through windows and the entranceway and seeing the branches hanging as they were before we started construction and as they are right now, exactly as it was planned out and rendered. So the planning process has made it easier to know what's going to be there, not imagine, but actually know. That's a huge difference that I never knew existed.
Hey, I'm Mac, owner and operator of Sustainment Construction. On this Lake Muskoka project, we are responsible for the structural framing aspect of this build. Having the framing nailed on builds of this magnitude is imperative. Framing is the skeleton of the home. The product and the craftsmanship and the pride that we put into the project, every other tradesperson follows, and we have to leave our mark. To get a build right, it all starts at the conversations had pre-construction. And when those conversations are not had and problems are not rectified and the right tradespeople with the right skill sets are not allocated to the right project, things can go sideways. Having the right set of drawings and the details in front of us allows us to take and approach this project right from the start.
The close collaboration between interior designer, architect, framing crew, everyone is just so imperative to the success of everything because there's so little tolerances with such large room for error. The collaboration between everyone bringing a team together is key for the success of the project.
Between the designer, the builder, the interior design, everything, well drawn out plans, well considered plans just seem so critical to a smooth operation, a smooth build.
When we're on these projects and doing these site visits, checking on progress, the framing details, if they're the same as the drawings, waterproofing details at this stage are crucial. But when we execute our drawing package and have that concise collaboration with every trade involved, these drawings and these things that we're checking are usually not a problem. When you're in the office and you're sketching and you're modeling and you're looking at scale and proportion, you have to have experience doing this and you have to know when a room feels right. When I'm walking around and checking these feelings on site, this is not something that can be done in the office. This needs to be done in real life, real time, and it gives me history and experience for the next project that we work on.
When I stand back and look at something our team has built, I am looking at hours of commitment, hard work, dedication, passion, and it inspires us to take what we learned on this project and put it into the next to be better.
One of my main goals when talking to new clients is, am I going to get along with them for the long run? We're going to know each other for 2-3 years and hopefully more. And one thing that I really like about Ben is that he respects what we bring to the table, but will also push his opinions when they matter most. That's a really important attribute when framing the perfect client.